This week on Sanity Lounge, we have Lowercase Blues in the studio. Lowercase Blues is a powerhouse trio hailing from the Delaware music scene, known for blending traditional blues with rock, funk, and soul to create a fresh and dynamic sound. Formed in 2003, the band has been captivating audiences with their raw energy and exceptional musicianship, featuring Jake on guitar, BJ on bass, and Tristan on drums. Their music draws from classic blues legends while incorporating modern elements, allowing them to appeal to a wide range of listeners. Whether they're playing intimate club shows or larger festivals, Lowercase Blues delivers electrifying performances that keep fans coming back for more. With over 2 decades of experience, the band continues to evolve and push the boundaries of the blues genre, making them a must-see act. These guys brought their signature mix to the lounge, performing 4 amazing tracks, so let's get to it. Welcome, Baltimore. We have a fucking wonderful band in. I'm just going hard right now. They're playing Racers tonight, which is kind of irrelevant because this will come out after, but it's October 4th. They made a quick stop in the lounge to play a few songs and have a little chat. We have Tristan, Jake, BJ from Lowercase Blues. This is Tristan's second run in the lounge.
I'm trying to work it out, so I'm going to be like the Steve Martin of
we're all for
lounge.
it.
Right. Actually, there's going to be a competitive thing going because JK, Justin Kruger, he's going to be hot on your coattails.
Right.
We're going to have a battle.
Yeah, right. It's 2-1 right now.
Right now, Tristan is in the lead for the record.
So welcome, guys. Thanks for stopping by on your way through. On your way through Baltimore. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just to bring everybody up to speed, I've never seen Lowercase Blues live. I've been a fan from afar. Of course, we met Tristan before on the drum episode, but man, you guys just melted my face this early in the morning. Like, I mean, I can't believe how good.
I'm even ashamed to say that the first time I saw you guys live was New Year's at Call Classic with Sweet Lita, who you guys play with all the time. And that's a fantastic
time.
Yeah, I was
always a good time.
I was cross-eyed a little bit that night. It was New Year's.
I would say New Year's Eve.
It was fun.
Arguably, you might not have remembered, but know this: like, I'm a jam band lover, and I don't even know if you guys vibe with the jam band scene. But if you don't, you should.
I'm pretty sure BJ's a fish
I know
fan.
that Tristan does, and I've heard tell that you do. But you guys are up there with like. You're the serious players. Like, it's a serious band you got. You guys are a machine. And we just witnessed it. So it's glad to know you. It's glad to finally meet you.
Yeah. So you guys, we heard Tristan's story of how he kind of just wandered into this situation that you guys are in now.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of back up a little bit. You guys have been around for like 25 years.
Like about
20 years, 2003-ish.
Yeah, Lowercase Blues has been together for a little over 20 years.
So how'd you guys get together? How do you know each other?
We met in 9th grade.
Nice.
It's kind of funny because I always thought, like, if I was going to go to, like, the high school I would have went to, I might have been able to play music for a living.
Right.
But I decided to do the Votech thing.
Oh, I did Votech.
Yeah, I did Hodgson Votech, man. And that's where I met Jake in 9th grade. And I was like, wow, another guitar player that actually can play, like, more than just come as you are or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
So let me ask you, BJ, were you... what's your history with the instrument? Are you a lifer, or did you start on bass, or did you work your way to the bass? You were a guitar player first. What's your history?
Yeah, I played guitar first. I was always into singing and stuff, and I wanted to play the saxophone actually, but
is that because you feel it in your soul, like that kind of stuff, or is it like you're into like marching band type stuff? Or
no, it was like when I was really young, I wanted to play the saxophone, and then the music teacher said, we have too many people that want to play saxophone, so how would you feel about playing the tuba? And I was like, why? Because I'm the fat kid, I can play tuba? So I was all upset, and I cried and said to my mom, they want me to play the tuba. I'm too fat to play the saxophone. So they got me guitar lessons anyway, so it worked out. And started out playing guitar, and then it was actually after Jake and I met, the bass like hit me. He took me to see Tom Larson Band.
Yeah, there's I'm sure some people in Baltimore here know who Tom Larson is, but he's pretty legendary blues man in the region, and we used to go see him a lot. And he had this bass player named Charles Calloway, and I was like, BJ, you got to come hear this guy play the bass, you know. And then he did, and he was obviously blown away. And it was like a year later, BJ's like playing all of the same licks that this guy was playing. I was like, what the hell? I didn't expect you to like learn it.
You guys kind of all play effortlessly. From somebody that doesn't play an instrument that watches it, you guys make it look pretty easy.
We're very good actors.
Yeah, well,
bullshit. It's skill.
It comes across in the sound.
Jake, let me ask you. So, are you a lifer with the blues? Is that your bent since you were a kid, or did you kind of came to it?
Yeah,
late?
I mean, when I was a teenager and everybody wanted a guitar, it was like the 90s, you know, so it was like Nirvana. That's the reason I wanted a guitar, to learn that stuff.
Sure.
Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains. And so I was doing all that, but then I started getting more into music, and my teacher showed me some blues stuff, some like Chuck Berry, basic blues riffs kind of thing. And it just like clicked right away. I just loved the sound, you know, so I started ordering CDs on Columbia House.
Oh, nice. Shout out Columbia House.
Yeah, exactly. And like B.B. King and Stevie Ray Vaughan CDs started coming in the mail. My dad was like, did you order this? And I'm like, yeah, man, I like it. So he took me to a blues club in Wilmington. He was like, if you like blues, let's go hear some, you know. And we go in this place called Fat Rick's in Wilmington, and there's a guy named Larry Garner playing, and he was out of Baton Rouge touring around. And I'm like the only kid in the place. I was like 15 years old. And he came up and was talking to me on his set break. Long story short, after he's up there again playing, and he comes over and he hands me his guitar. He's like, can you play A minor? And I was like, yeah. And I got up there, and he put me right up on stage. The first time I've ever been in a blues club in my life.
At 15?
At 15.
Wow.
I was like on the stage with the band. And the owner of the club came up and he was like, anytime you come in here, you know, we're going to get you on stage. And then there was some of the people from the Blues Society up north that invited me out and started getting me on stage with all these guys. And I was like, you know, 15, 16 years old when all this started happening. So it kind of like found me as much as I found it in a way. You know what I mean? Like it just happened, and I just fell in love with it.
Now, how old are you now?
41.
41. Wow. Good for you. So that is a true, you know, come to Jesus with the blues.
Yeah, it's honestly
tale.
how I feel. Yeah, it's like I said, I didn't, you know, my dad randomly took me to this club.
Yeah,
the next
God
thing I know, I'm
bless
on
him.
stage, and then it just kind of took off from there for me, and I just fell in love with it.
I mean, that's good parenting right there.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Like, that's
I
good stuff.
owe a lot to my dad too, for sure.
Yeah, looking at your website, like you guys have collaborated with a lot of people. It looks like notably some of my favorites, like Blues Traveler.
Oh, you're saying you played on a bill with them? Or...
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. You're gonna have to tell us.
We opened for a lot of these guys.
That's also
incredible.
Samantha Fish. I've seen her a couple times. She's a badass guitar player.
Yeah, we did the Phoenixville Blues Festival. We went on right before. I didn't get a chance to actually talk to her, but I talked to some of the guys in the band, and it was they put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, it's a laundry list. Johnny Lang, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Lost Lonely Boys,
That's
Galactic. They're one of my favorites.
Stanton,
Yeah, I've seen them a lot.
Now, BJ, what about your evolution to the blues? Were you born in the blues, or were you?
It's kind of similar to Jake, like where I was like taking guitar lessons, and there's the Tom Petty album, live, Pack Up the Plantation or something like that, I think it's called.
Right.
And it's like right before they do the song, It Ain't Nothing to Me. Mike Campbell's like doing these licks, blues licks, you know, but I go up to my guitar teacher, like, what is that? Like, what is that where he's like playing, but he's not playing the song. He's just like playing something. He's just going. And he's like, yes, pentatonic scale, it's time, blues. And then Columbia House sent Stevie Ray
This
Vaughan.
Columbia House, man.
It's totally, man. I owe so much to Columbia House.
Everybody does.
Right.
I don't even know how they're bankrupt or not even around
We
because
need
nobody paid them. That's
sponsorship.
why.
Right, they're still around, baby. I need sponsorship. This is bullshit.
12, was it
Larry
like
King
10
sends his
CDs for
entire
12
Right.
Right.
They sent Stevie's greatest hits, and it was the same thing. It was like, oh man, this is it. And then I got into Fish, and it was like, it was kind of like
The tie that binds us, baby.
it just went on from there to Zappa and all that stuff.
Right.
Good Funkadelic and
No.
And now, and you're all the same age, roughly. Is that
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
40, 41.
Some of us are 42 now.
I just entered my last year of my 40s.
Yeah, Woes actually Wheel, the producer, if he can hear this, is the oldest.
Yeah, he's the
just so everybody knows, by far.
Yeah.
By far. Anyway, yeah. Well, you get it. You both seem to get it honest. Like Tristan is a enigma style wise. You can play anything with confidence and taste.
Mm-hmm.
It's shocking. I
And
was
swing.
showing him while you guys were playing the definition of a good swing, like a good feel swing. And I'm literally over his shoulder going, see that right there, right there. You see, feel how that feels? Like that's a hard feel. Like you can't just, not every drummer sits down. They want to do that and they think they're doing that, but you don't feel it right.
Yeah.
It's pushing that note right to the right side or the left side of that shuffle, baby. Like, and it takes discipline. And once you lock it in, and the other thing is your rolls are so, or your fills in general are just powerful and back into that swing, baby. It's like you've got it, you know.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a weird thing to live somewhere in between like straight and swung, and those feels are so specific.
Yes.
And like all the guys that are like my favorite drummers are the ones that are the best. Like Stanton is the best at anything, any of that sloppy stuff in between that doesn't really exist. You know, you can't put it on a piece of paper and read it and play it.
Right.
You know, those are the guys.
And as a matter of fact, you articulated in one of the songs, you had a nice swing, and then you guys started jamming, and you took it to a little bit of a less of a swing feel purposely.
Yeah.
And then you went back to the swing, and it's like, that's incredible discipline. It's incredible playing, and I just think you guys are gelling, you know. I mean, and so what was the new album? Like the album
Take It for a Ride.
Take It for a Ride. Now, is that the name of the first song
That's the name of the first song, too.
that you guys
That you played
here?
today, yeah.
Some say that's the titular track.
Yeah.
The titular track. Yes, I have the tracks written down.
Yeah, I like all of it. So what's up with that? Tell us about that song. Who does the writing? Who tell me the roles you guys have in the band.
It's all pretty
Without ego.
collaborative.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's all pretty collaborative overall. I mean, a lot of the stuff on this album, I had a lot of ideas lyrically, and I'm not the singer, and I'm not really a poet either.
Right.
So I basically scratch down ideas. I get ideas for hooks and stuff, and I put it all together to the best of my ability. Take it to BJ or the guys both, if you know everybody's around, and say this is what I got, and we kind of go from there.
Yeah,
you know,
just kind of build off it.
Again, it works
Break out the thesaurus.
perfectly.
yeah.
Hey, yeah, I use that.
Yeah.
This morning at 1:45. I woke up this morning was 1:45. I felt a storm coming, a storm was coming soon. Clouds came over with the raging wind. Clouds came over with the raging wind. I guess it's time to leave this place we're in. Let's take it for a ride. Take it for a ride now, baby. Let's take it for a ride. We're gonna take it for a ride now, mama. telling how far we'll go. There's no telling, just ain't no telling how far we'll go. Try and relax now, sugar. Relax and we'll take it slow. Just looking for a ride. Take it for a ride now, baby. Just looking for a ride. Gonna take it for a ride now, mama. Take it for a ride. Yeah. Let's take it for a ride now, sugar. Hey, 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 hey. My. Take it for a ride.
Yeah, well, the style, like the delivery style, the reason why like everything works is because of the low draw style. It feels like genuine blues.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have genuine blues in you, and the feel is right. So Taking It for a Ride is just such a perfect title, you know, like the band is just gelling, and it's wonderful. I love that song.
Thank you. Yeah, with our style, I mean, we definitely, like you said, the jam band thing. When I book us, I use the term like blues/jam band, because even with traditional blues acts, we're kind of outside the box for them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I try to stress that we do have our own style, we have our own thing. There's a lot of funk incorporated, obviously, with these guys.
Right.
And then we'd like to take it some other places, you know what I mean? Just be the thing about the blues that I love is to be able to be yourself in the music and in the moment. You know, that's literally my favorite thing. When I fell in love with it, it was just, I don't have to play what's on the paper. I can play how I feel right now.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. And in that comes like your personality comes out, you know? Like my favorite guitar players are like Buddy Guy and Albert Collins and B.B. King. And if you listen to the way they play, it's nothing overly fancy or like, you know, mathematical or anything. It's just so expressive, and they sound like them, you know? And I feel like over the years, Lowercase Blues as a band has developed that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, for me as the drummer, you know, I have a certain voice, and he has a certain voice, and he has a certain voice, and I think that of all the different bands that I play with, which is a lot of different people, like these two musicians are the most unique musicians that I know. And like you can play with virtuosity, which both of these musicians possess, but to have your own unique voice on an instrument is so much more special and so much more unique. And I think that that's what makes this thing sound the way it does.
Right. It's the triple threat draw, because BJ's, got the look and the draw of genuine blues. I mean that in a respectful way. You know that. Christ, Woe Davis is my partner.
He looks homeless.
Right. And so it's...
Dude, at 8x10, I was down in the basement at the 8x10 pissing, and a man walked in and had a full-on conversation with me behind my back while I was pissing because he thought I was BJ.
Listen,
finally I realized what was happening. I turned around. He's like, "Oh, sorry."
It's going to be the strangest thing on earth when next Halloween Woe Davis goes as BJ.
Right. You know? Well, the picture I showed you, I'll put the picture up of me, him, and Amanda. He's like, "Hold the bass so we can confuse people."
Yeah, it's like, but you guys got the triple threat because BJ's got that nice draw. Your guys' harmony is nice too. That's the other thing.
It really is.
Yeah, that just every once and again it colors it, and you're like, oh shit, like nice, you know. And you know, the other thing is you both mentioned Fish. I know Tristan's history with Fish. You know what I mean by cow funk, like in '97, the sound of cow funk. I mean this with the utmost respect. You guys are evolution of that, because it's a specific. It's just you. If I'm happy that Fish is in a lot of your background, because you guys have evolved a sound into a different level, in my opinion, and I mean that with respect.
Yeah,
What's cow funk? Tell me.
In like '97, Mike Gordon and John Fishman, the sound of the band locked into a different, like they were doing all the orchestrated mathematical stuff. Then they came out with Billy Breeze, and Billy Breeze, Free, like the driving funk section of Free, 46 Days, like the slow funk of First Tube, they started classifying that as cow funk because they're just these white boys from Vermont, but they were really saucing it up, like on a different level, you know. And it's evolution of that style, and it's phenomenal.
Couldn't get to sleep. I mean, that song has a fish feel when it starts. Like it really does, and I love it.
That was Tristan's contribution.
Oh
to the
well,
album there.
I love it. I love the start of the. I mean, I like the whole song, but I love the start of it. It just I feel like you're going into something. And then you just go into your own thing.
Which one is Couldn't Get to Sleep?
That was the last two.
That was the last song.
All right, so I thought that was Better Off Dead. Did you say Better Off Dead in that?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, the title.
I wrote. Hey, I was winging it. I'm writing the titles. I'm like Better Off Dead.
Yeah, that song started with I was sitting around with a bass and I was like plunking away and I was like, man, like, what would BJ do?
Sleep last night, all the thoughts running through my head. I couldn't get to sleep last night, all the thoughts running through my head. Guess I lay awake till the morning, wishing I was better off dead. Turn all night long, try to fight the voice screaming in my ear. I toss and turn all night long, try to fight the voice screaming in my ear. When my eyes open at the dawn, I can see but I cannot hear. Slow to the edge of the bed, with bloodshot eyes and an aching head. To the cold floor, my toes do meet with the weary legs upon shaky feet. As I fight the urge to go and lay back down, I'm reminded why I don't want you around. Still cursed by the way that you're treating me. That's why it seems that I can never sleep. I couldn't get to sleep last night, all the thoughts run through my head. Couldn't get to sleep last night, all the thoughts running through my head. I'll just lay awake till the morning, wishing I was better off dead. Yes, I lay awake till the morning, wishing I was better off dead.
just was like, I came up with this thing, and I was like, it sounds like something he would play. That's like, this is cool. And we were at, I think, Ram's Head on the stage, and we were talking about the songs we were getting ready to go in the studio, and I was like, I got this idea. I just like recorded it the other day. Like, what do you guys think? And I like just played it on my phone, and both of them were just like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys are gonna like this.
Right, it's a tough sell or something.
And it was like immediate, and then we did it. It was awesome.
We did it, man. It was cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Good tune.
Now, midnight in the afternoon, before you guys started that, you made it clear that you guys live do a little section of funk during that you don't do.
Well, we ended up doing it.
Right.
It's not on the studio album.
I got you.
Yeah, but live we kind of changed the feel up a little bit. And
yeah, which was that nice funky mid section of Midnight in the Afternoon, and I love the lyrics of that one too. I mean,
That's another.
No, and then just BJ rolling up and down the bass. It's fun watching that shit.
Riding down these roads for so many years, took some sharp turns, slipped a few gears. I lost track of time when the sun changed place with the moon. It ain't ever gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. I spent a few dollars for a few fights, living in the moment on so many nights. I made it out alive, but I'm about to spoke too soon. It ain't never gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. Midnight in the afternoon. Midnight in the afternoon. I lost track of time when the sun changed place with the moon. It ain't never gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. I burned a few bridges, can't make amends. All this time wasted on what? So-called friends. I had a group download, everybody sang a different tune. It ain't ever gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. Midnight in the afternoon. Midnight in the afternoon. I lost track of time when the sun changed place with the moon. It ain't ever gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. Oh, let's get funky. You wanna get funky?
Let's get funky in the morning.
Funky in the morning, early in the morning, in the afternoon too. If you feel funky, why don't you tell me? If you wanna get nasty, why don't you tell me? You got the groove, baby. Why don't you tell me? All you gotta do, you wanna get down, Won't you tell me? Situations I find myself in. When I think back on my story, there's nowhere to begin. I thought to track the time when the sun takes place from the moon. It ain't ever gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. Midnight in the afternoon. Midnight in the afternoon. I don't check the time and the sun takes place with the moon. It ain't never gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. One more time. Midnight in the afternoon. Midnight in the afternoon. I lost track of time and the sun changed place with the moon. It ain't never gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. It ain't never gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon. It ain't never gonna stop till it's midnight in the afternoon.
Yeah, and you can tell you guys are having a good time.
Yeah. That's a real Paul McCartney-esque story for that song. Jake woke up.
That song came to me in a dream.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
Literally.
tell us more.
I mean, there's not too much to tell other than the fact that one day I woke up and I was literally singing Midnight in the Afternoon, like to that melody in my head. It's just like midnight in the afternoon. And I'm like, what is that? I'm like literally laying in my bed, just like, what is that? I'm like, I gotta write it, because it's just here.
It came out of nothing.
It came out of nothing.
Right.
Like I woke up singing it. I don't know. So that's how that song came about. I was like, what does it even mean? So I had to kind of come up with a meaning for it to some level, And,
Right.
And,
From my perspective, I kind of would attribute it to day drinking.
You're not the only person who have said that.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
that's what Frank said too.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the anthem.
Well,
The
yeah.
day drinking anthem, midnight in the afternoon.
It speaks to all of us.
Yeah.
I
like it. It's a good
stuff.
one.
Or it feels like midnight in the afternoon right now doing this thing.
Yeah.
We should all
Yeah,
still
you
be
guys
asleep.
had a long drive.
Yeah,
up.
now you guys, so the album came out over the summer, right? Or when did it come out?
This year. I don't know the exact date.
I think it was in May.
Yeah.
And it seems like you guys every week are rocking. Like you guys have a grueling schedule. It seems pretty much.
Well, we live. BJ and I live in Rehoboth Beach. So obviously summertime is pretty lucrative.
Right.
You know, we can literally play as much as we want.
Yeah.
Right.
Which we take advantage of.
Yeah, we were
for a
talking
long
about that.
time.
You have like residencies down there.
Yeah, we got a few places we'll play every week, and then weekends kind of get around a little bit. But once summer winds down, we start getting around a little more. We're heading up to Pennsylvania, coming to Baltimore. We tour in Florida, and just wherever we can get it. But summertime is, we're just on a grind at the beach.
No, it's awesome.
It's like everybody in the region comes to us.
Right.
So
well, that's what we were saying. It's like you get a new fan base almost every weekend because people leave and new people come in. So it's wild.
Yeah. It is pretty cool to see like the same people from last year that week.
And then Tristan was telling us like the Florida tour are people that have like houses in Rehoboth that like moved to Florida, so you go down there and see the same people.
Yeah, that's wild.
There's definitely some of that. It's kind of cool because being in a beach town, it's kind of like there's a lot of snowbirds, would be the term,
Right.
So it's like in the winter, you go down there and they're just there still. So we're like, oh, hey, you're here. It's kind of funny.
That is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome that you have like a steady winter run of, they're going to be good shows. It's like there's no mystery. And if they keep growing, who the hell knows what it can lead to. I mean, and Florida's population's rocking right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much down there, and there's a lot of blues. We got into this club called the Funky Biscuit, which is pretty renowned down there in Boca. Nice. And this year they booked us to open for the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Wow,
so,
dude,
nice.
Jimmy Vaughn.
Yeah, we're
Fabulous
very stoked.
Thunderbirds.
And then we also got in April, we got into a festival called Spring into Blues in Jacksonville. So, I mean, we're, after years and years, finally we're starting to get some
traction,
a little bit next level stuff, so
it's well deserved.
Yeah, it's well deserved. Like I said, you guys are a well-oiled machine. I liken you to Government Mule too. Like it's like you're not that style. Well, you are that style, but it's that power trio, hard hitting butt jam.
Yeah,
fucking good shit. All right, so let me ask you this, Jake. Do you have a favorite movie?
Oh, wait a minute. We still have one more song to go through. Pocket Change.
Oh, shit.
We didn't talk about Pocket Change.
Okay, yeah. Pocket Change for
I
me was much more about
skipped around
the feel.
to the end.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
Pocket Change was much more, like, for me, it was the feel. Like, I've always wanted to write a song that has that kind of groove and that kind of thing, because I love Buddy Guy. He's like literally one of my favorite. I listen to him all the time, and that was the inspiration for that song for me.
Nice.
Just that, Chicago driving blues thing. Like, damn right I got the blues kind of feel.
Seen that woman struck, seen her out on the street, holes in her stockings, no shoes on her feet. Trying to make conversation, but the feel is oh so strange. Cut my losses, baby, you can have my pocket change. Pocket change, pocket change. See a man on her own, another one in a sight. Oh, she's looking good, I ain't looking for no fight. Trying to make conversation, but the feel is oh so strange. I cut my losses, baby, you can have my pocket change. Pocket change. Pocket change.
mama's been drinking whiskey, taking her back with gin, living that life for 7 nights. Oh no, where she been? Try to make conversation, but the deal is oh so strange. Yes, I cut my losses, baby. You can have my pocket change. I cut my losses, baby. You can have my pocket change. I cut my losses, baby. You can have my pocket change. 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 Pocket change.
Yeah, and it feels like ignorant, like pocket change. You can have my pocket change.
Yeah.
You know, it feels...
The lyrics
stuff,
kind of
like,
explain themselves. There's not too much to say there.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I love that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That was my shit.
All right, Brian.
Well, no, so, Jake,
I know.
there's an important part of the show that is important to us, and it's movies. Do you have a favorite movie? And if so, can you tell it?
Are you movie guys first?
Are you movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be super generic here.
Please do.
Yeah, and it's The Godfather for me.
Oh,
listen,
that's not
we
generic.
love generic, Jake.
I mean, I know it's like but no, I mean the whole thing. I've read the book. I just
That's all.
Nice.
So the next episode we have coming out of the show that comes out on October 10th is on Goodfellas.
Oh,
We do movie episodes, just movie
cool.
episodes.
Yeah,
So we
we're
have
doing-
random guests in to
Nice.
talk about
Yeah.
those.
Sanity Cinema, but we usually get a top three. Do you have a top three?
Yeah.
Like, do you have another one or two you can tell me?
Easy Rider.
Oh,
Good
I
for
forget.
you, Jake. Wonderful. Dennis Hopper directed,
Yeah.
1969.
BJ showed me that movie, and
BJ, I knew this guy had class.
You know how there's the you know how there's the long scenes where they're just riding the bikes and it's just they play the whole song.
Right.
We used to watch that, and during those parts we would light up.
Sure.
Because it was like bowl time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
During those
It's
scenes.
the perfect movie for it. 1969.
So that, and then I don't know. Maybe to pick like a comedy, I would maybe go with Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
Well done. Yeah, that's another.
That's a great list, right?
Yeah, that's a great list, Jake. That's why I do this, Jake,
Okay.
because I did never guess that you would have loved
The
Easy
Big
Rider.
Lebowski is
I don't
one of
know
my
why.
comfort
That's
movies.
wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Good
Lebowski. That's one of my comfort movies. So it's
Yes, and
watch it anytime,
Exactly.
any
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we
That
don't
and The Hangover.
and we don't mind generic here because my top was Godfather. We've
yeah, they're
already
not
had
generic.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
what it is. A
Yeah.
great thing's a great thing.
Yeah.
What the
They're
fuck
not
can you do?
generic.
Tristan, you've already given us one, but
We're
you
gonna
want-
have
you
to.
got
We're gonna
any
revisit
other,
it.
You got any
Yeah.
other throw-ins you want?
Well, one movie that I remember seeing, I think it was when I was working at Blockbuster, and I was just like grabbing random movies. Was the movie Snatch? I love the movie Snatch. It's
That's
a
Guy
great
Ritchie.
film.
Right.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie, and Brad Pitt's in that. And it's like my favorite Brad Pitt role ever.
Yeah.
Right. What is that Cockney accent?
yeah, the
It's
Cockney.
pikey.
Pikey.
Yeah,
right,
which is
right.
like a very derogatory term for like a gypsy type, person.
Yeah, I get your caravan.
Yeah, just amazing.
But it is a real thing, right? Like there are
Yeah.
cats in London that speak like that, and you're like, what the heck?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that movie I love. I think we talked about Jurassic Park last time. I love Jurassic Park
Yep.
so much.
One of the greats.
And then my partner Aaron and I every Valentine's Day we make it a point to watch Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh,
that's an
very
interesting Valentine's
romantic.
Day.
Our Valentine's
Tristan.
movie.
Tristan with the romance.
I don't know.
With a nice Chianti.
I
Right.
think, yeah, right. Some fava beans.
Right.
At
At the end of the night, you go, I'd fuck me. No, I'm like, sorry. All right, here we go.
For whatever reason, I think it was one Valentine's Day. It was just on TV, and we watched it, and I was just like, we both were just like, that's just the best movie.
It's incredible, man.
And we watch now; it's just become our thing. Yeah,
Right,
we do that.
right. Ted Demme, right? Or is it Jonathan?
It's Jonathan Demme.
Yeah, Jonathan Demme.
Dude,
Yeah.
NECA, the company that makes like the Predator figures, they just came out with a Hannibal Lecter of him with the baton with like the blood in
right.
the cell.
As he's
Wow,
escaping
Yeah,
the
so
cell.
they have that figure now.
Yeah,
So now I gotta
that's
get
cool.
that, put him in here somewhere.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah,
a good
nothing
one.
says romance like cannibalism.
Exactly,
I love that.
And Jonathan Demme did Stop Making Sense.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
he
Which
was
is the
responsible
greatest
for
concert
one of the
film.
greatest concert films
Yeah.
of all time.
yeah,
and he passed. He passed away
Few
like,
years ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, and he wasn't that old, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he was incredible.
one of the greats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna
right,
go on
on
to
to
Mr.
BJ.
Man, BJ.
Man, this,
Dar-
I
well,
can talk
You've
about
had-
movies for a long
Oh,
time.
well then we'll have to have you come
Please,
back for
BJ.
just a solo
Yeah,
movie
it's my-
episode.
It's hard to pick like one, but
That's why I say narrow it down to three.
I can
like,
yeah. I mean, I love the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Michael Myers stuff.
I
the
got that.
originals.
Clue. So this shirt here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a
It's-
red
it's-
herring.
Exactly. My brother made me this shirt. He make every year for Christmas. He makes me a shirt
Right?
referencing movies we grew up on,
Oh my
like,
God.
especially like obscure, weird ones too. But yeah, this is like the Red Herring Fishing Company from New England with the 1954.
Oh my gosh,
and
BJ,
it's in
you're
the
my
Russian-
favorite person on
It's
earth.
amazing.
Communism is just a red herring.
Exactly.
Oh my
That's
god,
awesome.
dude!
That's
I'm
so
so happy.
fucking clever.
I didn't even. I could. I didn't
Yeah.
like the whole day.
Yeah.
I'm saying in my head,
Yeah.
communism is just a red herring. I had no idea that that's because of
That's
Clue.
why the shirt is made.
That is
Yeah.
one. That's serendipity for Kenny, baby. That one's for Kenny.
awesome.
Oh my god, I'm so happy.
That Clue is excellent. These
Yeah.
are, these
That's
are
great.
fantastic
This
This is
movies.
why
They're
we
all
do
at
it.
our
All
top.
right, go, baby. Keep
Oh,
going.
man. I love the Terminator movies, the
Oh,
first
yeah.
two. Anyway.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah,
I like the most recent one though. I did like
Which
it.
one was
the one
it?
where
Genesis
like
or
no, the most recent, the
the
one
new
that
one
had
with
Sarah
the-
Connor, that had Linda Hamilton
Linda
back.
Hamilton back.
So
yeah.
here's what
Where
I'll say.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was like a house husband.
Right. Here's what I'll
But
say.
it worked. Like he explained his programming. Like his mission was complete, and he just was a robot fucking around.
Here's what I'll say. The
His
gentleman,
wife didn't understand why he was 680 pounds, though.
this is what I'll say. Wo Davis has a tendency to like movies. I have a tendency, we have a tendency to like movies that the public has denied.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is one of those ones where it's not up there with part one, but it's a fun watch.
The only,
if you can just
the only
kind of
Terminator movie that I'd
you
kind
know.
of shit on is 3 with the girl. Yeah.
See, now I got to tell you, to
And
me,
it's because of only one thing. It's because of the talk to the hand.
Yeah, talk to the
Like that's ruined the entire movie
right,
for me.
I got you. And look, I respect it.
Not even John Connor teaching him how to do things in Terminator 2. That was great. He was trying to teach him how to be human.
Right.
But I guess it paid off.
Right. So that one flub.
Salvation is
you're
great.
out.
Yeah, the Terminator franchise. Though,
Yeah,
I
it's
love
awesome.
it. I love it.
Yeah, Terminator, the story in general of the first Terminator, that's where the rubber met the road as far as like just groundbreaking.
Oh, yeah.
I got into
for
the Sarah Connor Chronicles too.
Was
You
that
ever watched
good?
that, too?
I didn't watch
loved
it.
I didn't
man.
watch it. Nope.
And it gets cut off because it's like they're like, I guess they were going to do the new Terminator movie
Right.
at some point. And they were like,
Right.
oh, we're done with this. And I'm like, man,
Right.
it's so good though. It makes the most sense.
So
Yeah.
there's no ending to it.
It just like leaves you hanging, and you're like, damn, they got canceled. But it's like 2 seasons. And
Right.
I loved it, man.
Yeah,
if you like the story,
Right.
and it's cheesy, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah,
like
yeah.
they did a good job.
Well, we
on
don't
Star
mind.
Trek.
Yeah, I mean, we don't mind cheese. It's like, you know.
No,
it's-
but I can't watch an unfinished show.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
kind
can't
of
go.
like.
I can't go
frustrating.
watch it knowing there's no ending.
yeah, because it's kind of like.
I will
right.
say it does like leave you hanging in a way where your imagination can take it though. It does wrap up at least, but it doesn't. Yeah,
There could be more or something.
there's
you know?
definitely more, but yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't know.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, in the Rocky movies 1 through 5, I know a lot of people shit on 5, but
I remember
five is a
five.
that's
part of
with
it for
Tommy
me.
Gunn.
Yeah, we were
Tommy
liquored
Gunn,
up.
man.
We
No,
were
I
pissed
didn't-
drunk
I
in the
didn't mind
movie
five.
theater.
Yeah,
if
I
we
got-
saw five.
No, that whole franchise is the Creed. I mean, it's all good. Like how that Creed 2 is incredible. Like they brought Dolph and his son.
Drago.
Drago's son is like.
I actually haven't
it's-
seen
it's-
Creed 2 yet. I
It's
haven't
good.
seen it. I only
It's
saw
so
the
good.
first
It's
one.
worth
So
it,
like,
man.
the first one was kind of like,
know.
it just kind of didn't grab me, so
Right.
I guess I
Well,
didn't keep going. But
Well, here's what I say.
I think Creed 2, you get like just like Rocky's sitting in his restaurant and Drago just comes in.
Like
yeah,
if
that's
you
wild,
right,
yeah.
if you
Like
like
they kind of
the
reconcile a
Rocky
little bit. It's
franchise,
good.
you'll at least want to watch it because
You'll definitely
be
want to watch
interested.
Creed 2.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
100 just because Drago's in it.
nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, now think
I-
about that. Rocky 5, that came out in the theater. Do you remember how you guys are 40?
41, yeah.
Do you remember when that came out? Did you guys see
That
it
was
in
the
the theater?
80s.
I didn't
That
see
was
it in
the
the
80s,
90?
right?
I think it
Was
was
it?
90 or 91 maybe,
Was it?
something like that.
Tommy Gunn isn't even alive anymore.
No,
right?
he died of
Yeah,
AIDS.
Yeah.
Many years after that, I think. I mean, I don't think it was
No,
right after
yeah, I
that,
think
but-
it was in the late 90s, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but people were so furious when that movie came out. Like, I was young enough. I saw it and was like, "Hey, I like it." You know, in
I think
retrospect,
it was
I
because
see
Rocky,
why people don't.
because he had lost
it was
everything.
pretty bad.
Yeah, and it's
And
like
it was just-
Stallone's son. He did the ultimate where you give your role to your son. It's the Coppola Godfather 3. You give the role to your kid, and your kid turns out to not be a great actor. And so, like that kid in the Rocky 5 wasn't great.
He died too. That's
He
actually
did.
that's Sage Stallone.
Correct.
That's yeah. He actually died.
He had some sort of it was a health.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
some
but a couple years back he died, so that's
Yeah.
But I don't want to show him. But
I did know
he wasn't a
Sage
great
Stallone.
actor.
Yeah, I forgot that. I mean, I didn't forget about that movie, but I don't think about that movie.
But a lot. That's what I mean, because a lot of the people get
watch all
furious
five of them.
about it.
Sue me for what?
It's kind of like right.
Union Cane.
In the ring, Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. George Washington Duke.
Right.
He goes, called Letting It Go in Tokyo.
All right. So my favorite part of that movie though is like when he comes over. George Washington Duke, he brings the presents up, like he's got like Christmas presents, like season's greetings, Mrs. Balboa, and she's like, "We don't want your charity." He's like, "Give them to the neighbors." I love that line for some reason. He's like,
What's
"Give 'em to the
great-
neighbors."
What's great is that speaks to that era, because that was the Don King era, and like that,
Yeah.
you know, it's
No,
like George
it was
Washington
kind of like,
Duke
I
was
don't know if they were honoring him or making fun of him or both.
bit of both,
Right.
bit of both.
Because Stallone was in the boxing game,
Yeah,
and Tommy
yeah.
Gunn was Tommy Morrison, who at the time was a
Yeah, he
heavyweight
was-
heavy
yeah,
hitter, and you know, so but yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
One more movie I'll
Those-
say.
please.
no, keep going.
Like,
Yeah.
I got too many.
You guys don't have to leave for a while.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
sorry.
got plenty of time.
This is what we do.
I was gonna say I
Yeah.
had one that I should have mentioned too. Actually,
it.
Slapshot.
Oh,
yeah,
look
yeah,
at
of
you.
course,
This
yeah.
guy, the
I'm
MVP.
like, man, I can't believe I didn't say Slapshot.
George Roy Hills,
Love it,
you know,
Yeah,
Paul
yeah,
Newman's Slapshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the great sports movies of all time.
Very vulgar at certain parts, like completely politically incorrect in today's
Oh my
standards.
gosh! Oh my
It's still
gosh!
what
Everything is.
But wonderful, and it's very dated looking. Like it's got a you can't escape the '70s feel of it. But
yeah.
if you can get through that, it is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, I could keep going, man. There's so many.
Yeah,
that are
that's right.
flooding
Go
in.
ahead, baby.
Who's Harry Crumb?
Oh my
John
god,
Candy, baby.
dude!
My hero. John Candy was my hero.
Love it.
I'm a John Candy.
Great outdoors. Delirious.
Oh my god,
Any
who's
dialogue,
Harry
all that
Crumb?
stuff.
Yeah. That had our girl from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Annie Potts.
Annie Potts,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Great role for her. Very
who's Harry
sexy
Crumb?
sometimes, that lady.
Yeah.
Sleeper, you know, you didn't realize it back in the day until
Yeah.
until
Oh,
Who's
dude.
Harry Crumb.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden you're like,
yeah,
holy
it's
shit,
like,
she's
damn.
Oh my
sexy.
god,
Like,
she's in Young Sheldon, and she's like 70
Is
and
she
still
in
looks
Young-
great.
I
Yeah,
didn't
she's
I didn't know
she's
that.
in Young Sheldon. She's the grandmother.
Wow.
But she's still hot as
Yeah.
shit.
Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
what do you
she's-
want?
I like Annie Potts.
Yeah, I
she's good.
love Annie Potts. That's a great.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't believe
another franchise, Ghostbusters.
I'm about to faint.
Yeah,
This whole
Ghostbusters,
red
yeah.
herring thing is really throwing me for a loop.
yeah.
You don't understand my history with Clue. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the greatest movies of all time.
great.
It totally is.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
So if you know Clue, a couple years back, Kevin Smith
Okay.
of Kevin Smith, right?
Yeah.
He's
Of Kevin Smith
of
fame.
our Kevin Smith. He's got a podcast, and a couple years back, he released a director's commentary for the movie Clue by the director of Clue. Okay, and the genesis of it was some fan of Kevin Smith's wrote him and was like, "It's offensive that the movie Clue has never had a commentary put to it." And Kevin Smith knew the director of Clue, a guy, I think his name's Davis, something Davis, or
Yeah.
Jonathan, or man, I don't know, it's somebody, but it's somebody I can't remember. But
Was it Landis? No. It
no,
wasn't.
one
No, it wasn't
Landis.
Yeah.
But
I should know.
Kevin Smith
was
got
Deborah Hilbert.
the guy, and they did a commentary for Clue that was unofficial. And like if you sync up, if you find the podcast and then watch the movie, turn it down and sync up the podcast with the movie, it's a podcast,
cool,
and they
yeah.
talk about the history of the making of it and shit.
Oh, that's
it was
awesome.
fucking great,
Yeah,
dude.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
and so you ought to check it out
Yeah, I
because
will definitely
and
check it out, yeah.
you never meet a Clue fan, you
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
I met one, and now I'm like, oh,
Jonathan
yeah.
Lynn was the director.
Jonathan Lynn,
Jonathan
who made Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy
Oh,
years
really?
later, which was an underrated, funny
That's a
movie.
good movie. It's fun.
Yeah, and ahead of its time a little bit, you know, like
Are you familiar with Murder by Death?
Murder by Death. No,
Neil Simon's Murder by Death. It's freaking awesome.
I love
too,
Neil
man.
Simon. Is that an old or
So
new?
it's older. It's before Clue, but it's got Eileen
Brennan?
Eileen Brennan is in it.
Okay.
Who played Ms. Peacock. She's in it. It's a spoof of all the murder mysteries.
Oh
It's
no!
the same thing.
Okay, I'm in.
Truman Capote.
Wow.
Peter Falk, Peter Sellers, David Niven.
Oh wow, that's a wild.
So
cast.
it's like a '70s all-star,
Yeah.
like one of those type movies.
Yeah, man, and it's
Murder by Death.
and it's the same thing that Murder in the House. It's just like
Oh,
Clue.
speaking of that,
like,
what about Private Eyes? Have you ever seen Private Eyes
I
with
don't.
Don Knotts and Tim Conway?
I don't. No, I don't.
It's
think
a very
so.
rare flick, baby.
I'm thinking of another
Watch
Peter
it.
Falk one.
Watch
where-
it. I watched it. I mean, since we've done this, I've watched it.
Yes.
and it holds up.
Yeah, it's
still
phenomenal. Murder
hilarious.
mystery, big mansion,
Eyes.
and it's got all kinds of like secret passages
Yeah.
and like a killer with a big robe, and you know it's good stuff. But it's
And
funny
And it's
as hell.
Tim Conway and Don Knotts, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, the one
comedy
with
and
Falk
funny.
that you're thinking of is
It's like something about detectives or something, and it's like
yeah,
Madeline
detectives,
Kahn.
right.
It's something like I only saw that once recently. What buddy
Right,
Nick
right.
told me about it. Anyway, we could go on.
Yeah, well, look, so this is what we do at Sanity Lounge.
I'd love
okay?
to come back and talk
Yes,
about movies. 'cause
Well,
I
dig
could-
this, yeah.
all
So,
kinds of
so
weird ones.
eventually, we're going to start working in the Sanity Cinema episodes in between live at the lounge and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And ultimately, pick a movie, email Woe, and be like, hey, if you guys ever do, Clue, tell me, and then we'll work it into the schedule. And
Come up with a date. We can do Clue next.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just tell us. Tell me when you want to drive up and do it.
yeah, because dude, nobody gives Clue any attention.
It's a
and
perfect movie.
Yeah.
I literally, I know it by heart.
Yeah, we've done two.
Yeah, me too.
We did Jaws for 4th of July, so there's a
Yep.
Jaws episode which is just me and him, and then Goodfellas. We brought his oldest son Caleb in, and the three of us just talk about Goodfellas. It's fun.
Yeah, we got a couple little PowerPoints we do. We assess the movie. And the other thing I like doing that we're going to start doing is the 6 ways to Baltimore, 6 back to Baltimore.
That's
like
tough.
It's a tough one, but like, for example, like, what was my example? What Goodfellas, De Niro was with, God damn, how did I do it?
Do it.
Oh, wait, yeah. De Niro was in Heat with, Val Kilmer. How the fuck did I do it?
I don't remember.
I'm all smoked up
The
now.
six,
I can't remember.
six
like-
degrees of separation.
Yeah, but anyway, you get
Try
back
and
to
bring
a
every-
Baltimore
every-
either actor, landmark,
Right.
or artist. And we did it in 2, but I just can't think of how the hell I did it.
didn't
Oh,
get-
I got it. Yeah, because it's Bacon. Bacon's the key to everything. Because he was in Diner, which is in Baltimore. De Niro.
Oh, and Sleepers.
Sleepers.
De Niro
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
Sleepers with Bacon. Bacon was in Diner,
There
which
you
was
go.
filmed in
Yeah, now
Baltimore.
that-
Hence,
there it is.
6 ways back to Baltimore.
Goodfellas was a real easy one.
Now we can go with Josh Charles. He's an actor in Baltimore. Anytime you just try to link it back to Baltimore in 6, and so that's one of the categories we're working on. It's work in progress, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything you guys want to plug?
Yeah,
Like, where
just
can people?
how can people find you? Like the website, the schedules,
Yeah.
social media, all that stuff.
Yeah, lowercaseblues.net is the best place to go. And then also Facebook and Instagram.
So one thing we're working on too is we're working on a city event calendar. Well, I'm not working on it; it's out. Like you guys, I sent you that
We're
video.
refining it. Right.
So it's like a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
We're starting to get sponsors in the city that are starting to help us out.
Yeah, and they'll
Give us
link
their-
to your website.
Yeah.
Like they'll be able to see your event, and then if they want to find out
So,
more about you, it'll
cool.
link right to your website.
I'll start putting. I mean, I'll have all this stuff on our site, on the episode.
In
All
the
the
liner
all the
notes.
links, where to find you guys, all that stuff.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody check out check out the albums. Like,
Yeah, no.
it's legit.
Listen to the album.
Yeah, like
Listen
it's
to the album.
legit. Even the live album. Didn't you? I listened to some
Yeah.
live album that was nasty as shit.
How many albums do you guys have? Like studio albums? 3, with including this.
There's some that we've done like years ago because so we started in a time before like all the Spotify
Right,
and all
right.
that crap.
Yeah.
So some of those albums like aren't online.
Right.
like,
Right, they're not
because-
streaming. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
right.
they're just old, and we
Right.
never did anything with them after that. So technically, we've done like 7 or 8 albums, I think,
Right.
like, at this point. But available online, I think there's probably like 4.
Yeah. No, and make it a point to see them.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go right after the show and see you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, all of our friends in the
This
jam band scene don't sleep on Lowercase Blues.
This is like my birthday or like Christmas or something.
I know.
It's awesome having you guys in here and then going to see you guys play again.
Yeah, it's the
great.
double hitter. It's it's wonderful.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. We had a great time.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for
I'm happy you
having
guys
us.
came, and we'll
Yeah,
get you
man.
in for movie
Yeah,
episodes.
and you guys are welcome back anytime. You
And the
wanna,
triple threat is coming with Sweet Lita, hopefully at some point, maybe if you or whoever needs Tristan Gilbert, and you pick a movie. If we do Jurassic Park, we're bringing in Gilbert.
No, we can do it all. And yeah, I mean, you guys ever want to record anything like Chris knows the Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
They're friends.
All right, wonderful people. All right, check out Lowercase Blues. Man.
Yeah, man.
All right, stay sane, Baltimore.
Awesome. Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, Baltimore. You can find us at www.sanitylounge.com or on Instagram at sanity.lounge.
Keep listening and subscribe.
Stay sane, Baltimore.